Hi, I'm Tony Fleming. Welcome to Fleming's Ultimate Garage. Hey everybody, today's car is one bad A ride. I have in my hand the printout from the windshield of the car that we have on all the cars. And the only reason, the main reason I have this is because this car has so much on it that I'll forget to tell you something that's about it. When you talk about building a Pro Street Nova, the money spent on this car is what you would do, and you'd end up in the $80,000 range by the time you're all done. This car is less than half that, and I think you'll see the quality is well worth it. So this is a 64 Nova Super Sport. It's a real Super Sport car. Starts out with, you know what we need to do? Let's start with the front end of this car, because normally we walk around, we talk about the other stuff. This is what everybody really cares about. This right here. This is a 408 cubic inch, okay, with Dart aluminum heads. We were told it's 550 horsepower. You can check the internals. They're all forged steel crank, connecting rods, all the good parts are in there. It does run on pump gas. We said it's 500 horsepower. I've driven the car, and the car is fast. And man, this thing goes straight. And one of the reasons it goes straight is this is where a lot of the money is spent on this car that maybe other people might not spend if they were making a fast car. This has what's called a Heidts front end. A lot of you guys will know what that is. What it does is takes out the Nova subframe that would come on the stock car and replaces it with almost like a steel cage and tubular A-arm coil-over suspension. Justin, let's get a peek at this suspension here. This is where the dollars are spent and the time to put in all the work in here. Normally you'd have some big shock towers right here and things like that. They get rid of all that. They put in their own frame. And then what they get to do at the bottom is they add rack and pinion steering. Can we get a peek at that rack and pinion steering underneath there? Now that is modern rack and pinion steering, not the worm and sector like you'd normally get back then. So the feel is perfect when you're driving down the road. And one of the reasons this customer wanted to make this car as roadworthy as possible is because they wanted to drive it. It wasn't just a strip car. This was a car that they could take to any cruise in. Has a nice big aluminum radiator, electric fan in the front, and a steel 5-bladed fan in the back with its own custom-made shroud, which is very nice. So one of the things for me, you know, I talk about this a lot in the videos, is one of the things for me is I hate being in traffic in a cool car and it start to overheat. And I can tell that this customer here, the builder of this car, it really mattered to them. This has a cowl induction hood, give you some of that fresh air to get into the car. Everything's either powder coated, painted, plated, like stainless steel fasteners, polished aluminum inner fender wells, proportioning valve for the disc brakes on this car, MSD ignition and blaster coil. These are weld wheels up front with radials, nicely polished and detailed. And then come back here. This is what I love. Back here, we're going to get to the part, but this is a Ford 9-inch rear in here with a 4-link coil-over rear suspension. These are the deep dish weld wheels. Some people like to, you know, kind of put the wheel midway. I love the fact that you can almost lay inside this wheel. And you see this giant tube out here, Flowmaster exhaust dumping the exhaust out. Just sounds great. Anyway, the color on the car, a lot of people are looking at it. It's actually an original color called silver blue. And the cowl hood and the emblems and everything really kind of make the car pop. It's not ridiculously done. It's actually very subtle, except for the wheel and tire combination. All right, let's check out the trunk. The trunk is, this whole car, the inside was done by one person, an interior specialist. And just check this out. Carpeted, custom-made panels to tie everything in, a custom battery cover, 15-gallon fuel cell. I'll tell you what's nice about this, that a lot of people forget to ask. Gas gauge. The gas gauge works. So you have a note. This guy intended to drive this car, and we're kind of hoping you do the same thing. Fit and finish is really very nice. The chrome is bright and shiny. Everything lines up nicely. Let's take a look here. This is what plants down the power. Ford 9-inch rear. Ladder bar suspension all the way tied to the Heidts front end. So it goes front to back, exhaust dumping down nicely, coil over rear suspension, and that's probably the view that a lot of people have gotten in their time. So this car was meant to drive. Come on in here, let me show you a little something about it. 4-point seat belts here. This is kind of nice too. Seats in the back. Even though the car's been tubbed, you can still take 2 people with you. Full array of Autometer gauges. Even a nice little touch, the original AM stereo is still in here. Maybe you want to drive and not hear. And if you want to, we do this for a lot of people, we can put a digital FM, CD, maybe satellite in the glove box here and kind of hide it if you'd like. Nice car. Bucket seats, door panels are custom, headliner's custom, all matches. Just a nice, nice car. This is a car you can be proud to show, drive, or get into a little scuffle on the street with. It's really ready to go. 64 Super Sport, well done. A lot of money spent on it. You enjoy this car. The Flemings Ultimate Garage, 301-816-1000.